Well, good morning, folks. I'm out here at my place, and I'm about ready to do something a little bit out of my box. I was thinking about going duck hunting. It's Veterans Day, and February 1st and 2nd is active duty and veterans ducks. But I decided not to. If you look at my other videos, I posted. I found some wood ducks, know where they're at, and figured, let them go. So, but anyway, I'm going to do something different. I'm kind of jumping on the bandwagon with this 410 for turkey. So I hunted when I was younger with 410s. Me and my cousin, we'd squirrel hunt with a 410, and just kind of fell off my radar. And then I started seeing all the talk about these new tungsten rounds and these turkey chokes and the Rossi tough turkey. So I went ahead and purchased a Rossi tough turkey, and I mean, relatively inexpensive, and I mean, totally budget friendly. And they're cool little guns. They're like less than 3 pounds, and got a nice long barrel on them. And I went ahead also and purchased an Indian River turkey choke. Now it comes with an extra full turkey choke, and I sighted in at 20 yards just to see what that would do, and then I sighted in with my at 20 yards with my Indian River as well, which did really well. But I didn't shoot the tungsten rounds yet, so got some Apex 410 tungsten super shot. Now they're super expensive. I mean, you're looking at $5-6 a shot. So but today I'm going to just kind of do like my own, I guess, swamp guy version of a review of the Rossi Tough Turkey 410, the Indian River choke attached to it, 1 round of the Winchester XX turkey, and 1 round of the Apex turkey tungsten super shot. All right, so I'm gonna flip this camera around and show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so here we go. This is the Rossi Tough Turkey. Good looking little gun. And I forgot to mention a minute ago, I put a True Glow on there. All right, this is True Glow red dot sight, and it's the one that has red or green, and it has like 4 different options for reticle. You have a crosshair, a dot, a circle with a dot, a circle with a crosshair. So I put it on the circle with the dot because the way I look at it is like my turkey shot here, that helps me line it up almost perfect center. All right, I did shoot this just to make sure everything was kind of dialed in with the pattern already at 20 yards, and I figured 20, we'll see what it does at 40. I haven't shot it at 40. People are taking these guns and killing turkeys at 60 plus yards, probably more. If you got your own thing, put it in the comments for me. But supposedly these things are doing pretty good. Now, another reason I bought this is because during deer season when I'm hunting, I can carry this, and when I get done with like my morning hunt, I can take out a few squirrels, because I believe that those squirrels, when they start barking, the deer and everything know that that's a predator warning, because once one discovers you and starts barking, it's like a neighborhood of dogs. They all start barking. So I figure, on the off season or deer season, I can carry this along with my deer gun. And then if I'm at the end of my day, I won't usually go back in a stand after I hunted it. I got several stands, so I'll go back, maybe a week, 2 weeks later, so it's not going to disturb it too much. I can start getting rid of some of those squirrels and get me a good squirrel stew going. So I'll let you in on that when I start to do that. All right, but I did use my Tide Wide. These are great little range finders. You can see how small it is. I carry this all the time with me, but it's a Tide Wide, and again, very inexpensive, worth having it. I mean, even just for glassing an area when you're up in that stand and you don't want to pull out the big binocular or whatever, it'll give you some good magnification. There is one that's a little bit bigger than this. It gives you a little more magnification, but I stuck with this because I like things compact. So, but we're right at 40 yards, and down there is my target. And like I said, unfortunately, this is about as far as I can go, and I'll be out in my front yard, and I got fences and everything, and there's tons of property out back. I just didn't feel like dragging stuff all the way back there and all that. So we're going to do 40 yards. And like I said, people are shooting these at up to 60 plus yards, and saying that they're dead accurate. I haven't shot this even at 40 yards. So this is the target that I use, and on this target right here, you have red is going to be all your kill shots, green is going to be hits on the turkey itself. So in other words, anywhere that's in here it'll light up green. Anywhere that's a kill shot will be red. I accidentally scratched a little bit, so that don't count. So just remember that one. But I scratched it when I put my gun down. But this is the turkey target that I use. All right, so I'm gonna be setting it up, patterning it, and then I'm gonna do one shot of these Winchester XX 410 3-inch 1100 velocity 3/4 ounce 7.5 shot. All right, now these are about a quarter of the price of what I'll actually be using hunting, which is these turkey tungsten super shot by Apex. Now these are top rated. These are like super expensive. You know, you're looking at, you know, about $7 a shot, but that's why I'm only going to shoot one each. And out in the woods, that's all you get is that one shot most of the time, especially with this single shot. If I had an automatic or something, maybe a different story. I got one shot with this thing to make sure I take that turkey down. All right, so I'm gonna do one shot each. This is the first time today that I'm even gonna set this up. I'm gonna put this target out at 40 yards, one shot of the Winchester XX, and one shot of the turkey tungsten super shot Apex. All right, so one shot each, and I'll have a clean target on each one of them. All right, so we'll see what goes on here. Like I said, I've already measured it out. It's down there. I got some other good news. I got a camera coming where I can start making better videos, more like a GoPro type thing. It should be in today. I'll be able to set up and do some better videos. So I'm hoping to get that done for you guys. But if you are interested in the 410 shooting, and another thing I like about this is you can carry these extra rounds down here on the end, and it's just a really cool gun. I bought the sling here, like 15 bucks. The gun was like, I think it was like 150 or 60 bucks or something like that. This was about 40 bucks. And then the turkey choke here from Indian River was about 80 bucks. So overall about $300 for this 410. All right, so definitely reasonably priced, and looks like it's a fun thing to do. Now some people say, well, why would you use a 410 if you could use a 12 gauge? And it's like, if you ever caught like a largemouth bass, a big bass on like a small crappie rod or something, you'll know why. It's just something different. It's just exciting. It's a challenge, and it just puts a different element to the game. And that's, you know, what I like to do. I like to kind of change it up and mix it up a little bit. So without further ado, let me go get this target put up, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I'm back. I got the target set up. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what we're looking at. It's out there a little ways. That's 40 yards, you know, and that's plenty for me. If I get 50 or 60, you know, we'll see. I'll try to maybe find a place I can sight it in at, 50, 60 yards, but most of my shots are closer, and I'd be happy with a 40-yard shot. So this is 40 yards exactly. I'll be shooting first. Winchester XX. Like I said, these are way cheaper than the other, but we're going to see if it's worth the money. Now these hit a little harder too, these Apexes, so that's another thing with it. But we'll just see which one holds up the best, or if they're both the same and comparable, or if it's worth it. But first up is going to be the XX 410 1100 velocity 7.5 inch shot. All right, just shot the Winchester 40 yards, walking up to it. I can't really see the pattern from back there as much, but I mean it's on there. Like I said, I use the reticle on that True Glow, the circle with the dot in it. So that circle, it literally is just slightly bigger than the circle ring of this up here. So we're going to see at 40 yards what we'd be doing with that. Like I said, the red is a kill shot, and the greens are the body shots. Now you see, we got one shot at 40 yards with those Winchesters. At 40 yards, one in the kill zone right there. Not too impressed at 40 yards. that 410. And you see the patterns all spread out all over here. All right, 40 yards. Now when I was shooting it at 20 yards, it was a lot better. But that's the distance that we have. So the next up is going to be the Apex TSS. So we're going to see the difference between them two. Supposedly those TSSs are supposed to hold a lot tighter group, a lot longer range, and we're going to test that theory out right now and see, because that right there is crap. So I'm looking at 25, 30 yards with those Winchesters, not much more beyond that. So not too happy with that. And you know what, like some river turkey choke on there, and so we're going to change out the target and get the next up. We're going to change out this target. We're going to get the Apex Turkey Tungsten Super Shot. These are supposed to be the best of the best, so we'll see. And so I'll be right back with you. I'm going to change out that target, put a fresh target on there, and we'll see what we got. All right, so I changed out that target, and like I said, we're going to roll with these TSS Apex Turkey Tungsten Super Shots. All right, so they're wadded in there different in the bottom, 3-inch shells. So we'll see how it does. That's what's up next. One shot, got a nice fresh clean target up there. Like I said, in Winchester, they put one shot. Not good. That would probably be a lost turkey in the swamp at 40 yards. So this is 40 yards going to the TSS Apex. All right, here we go. We're heading up to the target. Let's see what we got with those TSSs and what the difference. I mean, we'll at least be able to see the pattern, if the pattern held tighter, a little bit more true. So I don't think my gun's always, that's the first time I shot it, but first time I shot with those TSSs as well. All right, so let me zoom back out. Sorry about that, I meant to do that while I was walking up. So what we're going to see here is my pattern looks like it's a little more denser down to the right. Got a bunch of stragglers, but it's off to the right a little bit. But even so, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kill shots. And then we got several on the bird, the green ones. Like I said, the red are kills, vitals, and the green are on the body. And the white are misses. So still not super impressed at 40, and people are saying that they're doing 60. Trying to look at my spray pattern over here. It's really relatively even on the wood. I didn't have anything back around there, but I mean, like what I mean by even is like well, it looks like my pattern's on. I don't see a lot of way outside on either side. They're about equal. Maybe a little bit low, so might be a little bit low. I'd probably be better if I brought this pattern up. So I probably need to go up with those rounds, because this looks a little more dense down here, but of course that's 2 shots, so it's hard to say. But really though, I don't see all the rant and rave, to be honest. I mean, yeah, this is a deader turkey than it is with the Winchester, but you know, that pattern just doesn't look that tight to me. So what I'm gonna try to do is see if maybe my pattern's off, and then readjust and maybe do another shot. All right, so like I said, I wasn't super impressed with that pattern. I don't know if my patterning was off. I did pattern it in with the Winchester. I put a couple at 20 yards and made adjustments. So could be, you know, I'll give it fair due. It might be my pattern's off and I need to adjust a little bit. However, I'm going to say that with those TSS apexes. First thing I'm having is an ejection problem. Now I've shot several of the bird shot and all that, just kind of breaking the gun in. I did, just shooting some, and then I cleaned the gun real good, because I did read some about the pattern not being good because the inside of the barrel is like real rough on these Rossi tough turkeys. So I try to clean it real good, get ahead of game on that. So I'm gonna clean it a little bit more. But I also saw another video that talked about them not ejecting. Well, this is first round of the Apex Turkey tungsten super shot, and it's hung up in there. So I had to go get my handy dandy cleaning kit with the solid rod. I usually use the cable fed, but I had to pull out my old school brass iron rod, and I'm gonna have to punch that out of there. But another thing that I found when I was walking back was this is the wad that came out of that shot, and it was way off over here to my right, which is kind of odd to me. I get it because it spread out like a helicopter spin or something spun off, but it's just kind of weird because it was way over here to the right, laying over there by that little statue when I went to walk in the back porch to go get my cleaning kit. So I'm just gonna be honest. I've seen the guys, they did their thing, and their patterns were good. So my pattern might be off. I'm gonna shoot a few more in here. I'll put some more on that target down there before I put a clean one and all that. Make sure my pattern's good. I did go up on it because it did look like there's a denser pattern overall. Unfortunately, I didn't look prior to shooting, so there was 2 shots. But even with the 2 shots that I did, one of each one, there still seemed to be more BBs or pellets down on the low. So I went ahead and moved my sight up. So I'm hoping that fixes that a little bit. But I don't know about this. I just don't like that. Am I gonna have to carry a cleaning rod if I take a shot and want to shoot another one later? I get 1 shot, 1 kill, but it's like, man, I don't know why it's overpressuring. If you guys got any comments on what maybe might be causing that, I'm gonna clean it up real good. I didn't clean it the last time I shot it. I shot it, cleaned it, and then shot it again, and I probably should have cleaned it again, but I'm gonna go ahead and punch that out, clean it up real good again, and then see if we can resolve some of that ejection problems. But I'm not happy with that. And then and if I can get that Winchester double X, and they feed, that one ejected out fine, and all the other ones did. So for $8 a round, if they're just going to jam up in there, I might just stick with that, get my pattern down, and go with that. So let me know what you guys think. All right, so I punched that Apex TSS out and cleaned the chamber real good. I cleaned the barrel, scrubbed it real good, got it nice and smooth looking in there. So nothing about cleaning. I'm still not getting them to eject. Doesn't seem right. But here's what I shot before all that occurred, and I wasn't too happy. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the kill zone right down the neck. I'm believing the gun was shooting low. So I went up on my pattern, and it does appear to me like I could move left. So I'm gonna go ahead and move left a little bit, try to get this pattern over here over to the left to get more in that vertebrae and spine, and we'll see what we'll do. Like I said, I did already go up, so I got to put left on it. But I'm gonna go back to my 25 yard, which is my typical shot anyway, and just see how it's patterning. And then at the end, I'll go ahead and move back out to the 40 and see what we're doing. Now, keep in mind, you see a lot of these videos, people know a lot of stuff, this and that. I'm just a good old boy, like to hunt and all that, and I just got my shotgun. I know chokes, I know guns and things like that, and me in Marine Corps and whatnot. So this is just the way I look at it. Like if I was going out, grab my 410 and I'm going out in the woods to do some turkey hunting, got to set up, call and all that, and I'm just shooting pattern. I got that 1 shot. Well, I did 1 shot of each of those rounds, and Winchester, no way at 40 yards with what I had. Now it could be a pattern problem. I'll try it again. I'm going to do the Winchesters first and see how this pattern is. And I'm just going to shoot right on top of this target, and I remember what it was after that shot, and we'll just go from there and see what we can do. So stick with me. I'm gonna put some left windage on there, and we'll get another shot in, and we'll come back and take a look. All right, so made that adjustment. We went from 5 in the kill zone to definitely a way tighter pattern. This is 25 yards, and so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 in the vitals, minus 5 that were on there. Can't remember exactly which ones, but they kind of went up here of the 5. So we went from 25 from 5 to 20 at 20 yards. And you also got some hits up here that's going to do some damage. It looks like the pattern's a little bit better. I brought it up. So like I said, it's closer, so of course it's going to have a tighter pattern, but definitely a dead turkey all day long at 25 yards, 410, and the recoil or lack thereof is awesome on 410. You can like shooting a 22, you can shoot that thing all day long. So liking that. So a little bit happier with that pattern disbursement. So I'm gonna put a fresh target on, and then we're gonna do another shot with a fresh target at the 25 yards, and then we'll back up and we'll do a 40. All right, so we got that fresh target put up, and I don't know if you could see very good, but I used the paper. I put the paper underneath to catch any stragglers. We're going to shoot another Winchester, and like I said, I'm definitely happy with that pattern a minute ago with the Winchester at 25 yards, but that's 25 yards all day long. However, I did find the wad while I was going up there from the Winchester. You can see it's just a small little wad, and it was straight in front of the target, vice way off to the right that the Apex did. I don't know all the things, but that seemed real weird that it flew off to the right. Of course, it had more wings on it, whatever, could have caused it to flail over there, whatever. But it wasn't like nowhere near on line with the target. But so we're gonna do, like I said, that's a fresh one with the Winchester, and we're gonna do a fresh one at 25, and then I'm gonna shoot a 40 yard right on top of the 25 to see the pattern difference. All right, so we're gonna come up here, see what our shot group did. Fresh target, and as you can see, that turkey is going nowhere fast, or nowhere actually. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 in the kill zone, and probably about 15 on the bird itself. So definitely a dead turkey. Did have a few stragglers down here on the paper, but not too bad. The concentration of the shot seemed to be right there. It looks like my pattern's pretty decent. So again, we're gonna put a fresh target, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot a 40 yard with those Winchesters. All right, back at 40 yards, and this is going to be shooting the Winchester XX again at 40 yards. Clean target. I moved from 25, had a great pattern at 25 yards, moving to 40 yards to see where we pattern. All right, just shot the Winchester again at 40 yards. We're going to see where we're at, see if my adjustments did well. Let me slide back in, walking up to the target. This was a clean target, one shot at 40 yards with the Winchester XXs. All right, so here's the verdict. So just that movement back, we went from that nice real tight group to moving 25 yards back to 40, and we only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this would have killed this turkey because there's one right dead brain shot. So but overall, not happy. I would not feel comfortable at 40 yards with that 410. So 30 yards is probably my max if I use those Winchester XX. We'll see what the TSS does, but if they don't eject and all that, again, not happy with that. So we'll see. I cleaned out the chamber. Maybe it was tight in the chamber or whatever. So we'll take a look and see. I'm going to shoot one of the TSS on top of this, and then I'll do a clean one, and then that's it with the TSS because they're expensive. So I want to save some if I decide to hunt with them. So again, failure to eject, lodged in there. I'm gonna have to punch it out. So one shot. I did clean the barrel and bore beforehand. You can see my dot there. It's all one big dot, but it's actually a small dot and a circle. But the point being with this is that the round is not extracting. So the casing is overexpanding and getting hung up in there, and I'm gonna have to punch it out with my cleaning rod. All right, I shot this on top of that last target with the Winchester XX. We had 5 in there with the XX, and this is 40 yards with the TSS. Let's see if it gave us a tighter group and a more consistent kill pattern. So 40 yards, to be honest, my pattern is off to the left. Now with those, I had more, you could see the pattern density. Okay, granted some of that was from the other shot as well, but my pattern is, if that pattern would have been moved over, we would have had all vertebrae. And then of course it's going to be a little bit lower overall, so I actually need to move right a little bit and we'd have more. But that pattern's tighter, but it wasn't in the kill zone, but those are different rounds. So that is a tight pattern though right there. It wasn't as tight, and I'll have to review the footage, but that wouldn't have been a kill shot in my opinion, because we have 5 in there, and it only looks like there maybe 1 or 2 in the head that wasn't there before. So that probably would have killed it with those, but not confident enough at 40 with that 410. Now I do want to mention that last shot had a tight group. If I move it over to the right, and if that group would have hit in there, it definitely would have killed. So I'm going to put a little bit right on it, shoot again, and see if it pulls me that same group with those TSS on a clean target. All right, so as you saw down there, it grouped really tight to the left of the vitals. Plenty of density of the shot to kill a turkey, but it was off to the left, so I need to move it right. I'm gonna move it right, clean target, and just see what that puts us. So walking up again, 40 yards, Apex TSS. I made a right adjustment. See if I can move that pattern density from before. And I aim a little bit high, not too much, but it's a little bit high because it is 40 yards, so I do that naturally. And let's see what that got us down here on a clean, fresh target. All right, clean, fresh target. You can see we got right here in the spine, got, looks like 3 piled right on top, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and I probably aimed a little bit high, so that would have moved those down and probably got me maybe a couple in there, but it doesn't really look like it would have got me many more in the kill zone. So that right there, I'm a little bit happier with the pattern. I moved it, like I said, to the right, and it looks like it moved that density over to the right where it needed to be. You know, it's a shotgun. It's not going to be completely consistent every time, but I mean, it's pretty damn close. And at 40 yards now, I'd be confident with that. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in the vitals, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in the bird to that point. Not to mention there's probably a few lower ones that would do some damage too, but those vitals would have took this bird out. So yeah, I could work with that. And you know, and the Winchester wasn't too bad either, you know, but I mean, wasn't super confident. I'd say probably 30 yards with the Winchesters, double X's, and then with these TSS's I'd do 40. But all the rant and rave that I heard about, unless I'm doing something wrong, please comment, you know, while you're at it, like, and then subscribe if you want. But all the rant and raving about these TSS's at 60 yards and all that, like I said, I don't see it unless I'm doing something wrong. And that's with the Rossi Tough Turkey. Maybe it's different with another 410, but you know, 40 is that's what I'm looking at, 40. If you see something, maybe I'm calculating wrong with my pattern, that might be a thing. But I don't have the place out here to back up another 20 yards to see, but that right there is about the level of my confidence that I would shoot a turkey out there at 40 yards as of right now. So but yeah, like I said, I aimed a little high on that one, so I could have brought it down a little bit or kept it where it was at. Probably would have got, you know, quite a few more, maybe 4 or 5 more in the kill zone, and that, you know, been a little better. But still, it's still 40 yards overall in my opinion. So let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and I'll put this video together, do the best I can. And I said I got some new equipment coming in where I can set up a camera, and I can wear a body cam on my chest and things like that when I get out hunting. So I'm hoping that'll help me make some better videos for you guys, and then hopefully it'll be great for that turkey hunt coming up, and I can get that big ass tom that I'm looking for. And I'll try to put a quick snapshot of it in the video that I taken from my deer stand. So I'm hoping he comes back and I can take him. So hope you liked the video. I know it's probably long, a little long-winded, but I'm gonna try to chop it up some, so it might be a little bit off when I chop it up, but we'll try to get it at a decent time. Thanks again. Bye.